Channel 45, 6% body fat Rob James, and tonight I'm wrestling. Don't even worry about who I'm wrestling, because when you have a body like this, when you have the power pose, I'm gonna beat anybody they put in front of me, because I'm 6% body fat, 94% better than everybody in the AWF.
Favorites, 6% body fat Rob James as opposed to 66% body fat DJ Draper. But nonetheless, Rob James, I know, in your estimation, a leading contender for any and all championships here in the AWF.
You know, when you talk about body fat analysis, I really hate when those doctors stick those calipers all over your skin. It's absolutely disgusting and humiliating, and I don't know why you'd even bring that up.
Calipers, with you, it's probably a construction crew out there, for crying out loud. Anyway, Rob James, never at a loss for ego, never at a loss for, look at it, you're just jealous. That's what Rob James is yelling to the fans here in attendance at Parker's Perri High School, that they are jealous of his physique.
Of course they are. I mean, these are people with the only athletic activity they do is wrestle greased pigs, and they're out here and they want to compare themselves to Rob James at just 6% body fat? It's a no-brainer.
How dare you? How dare you come into a city where we were welcomed in with open arms? They almost gave you the key to the city here for Parker's Perri, and you insulted.
The one kid gave me a bag of popcorn. Big deal.
You were supposed to pay the kid. You never paid the kid for the bag of popcorn, you cheapskate.
No one asked me for any money, Mick. Come on, you know I operate on a much more legitimate level than that.
Eric Cannon, ladies and gentlemen, the anarchist himself, one of the elite here in the AWF, a world traveler, no doubt about it. He's established a reputation far and wide, not only in the United States, but also overseas, and this could be just a tremendous matchup. Cannon and Rob James, no strangers to each other. They have met many, many times over the past couple of years in arenas all over the upper Midwest. And every time they collide, it's just a great, great matchup. No reason to believe it'll be any different tonight here at Parker's Perri. Wait a minute. What is he? Oh, isn't that generous of him? Isn't that generous of Rob James? He's given the fans another chance to show him respect.
Absolutely right. I mean, the posters that Rob James has for sale here, I bet he could sell them at $75 a piece so that these fans can have a memory of Rob James when they go home tonight.
$75 a piece. You're betting that he could sell them at $75 a piece.
Absolutely, and that's generous, in fact.
Got some stock options I'd like to run past you if that's the case. Rob James getting absolutely no sympathy from the crowd here at Parker's Perri. On the other hand, Eric Cannon mounted the ropes just a moment ago, got a hero's welcome from these fans. Great fans, I might add, in Parker's Perri.
You know, that welcome was so loud you can see Eric Cannon's ego protruding right out of his skull with those spikes on the top of his head.
From behind, Rob James taking advantage of the fact that Eric Cannon was basking in the cheers of the crowd here at Parker's Perri High School. Rob James is nobody to be taken lightly. Oh, tremendous drop kick. Great elevation, great velocity, great impact. In for the cover count of 1, 2, 6%, no. In my estimation, as good as Rob James is, you get a victory over Eric Cannon in any arena. I'll tell you what, you've scored a major upset. This guy is the real deal, is Eric Cannon, the Anarchist.
You're right, he's wrestled all over this continent. He's wrestled in Japan. He's wrestled in Europe. He's won championship gold all over the place, but he needs to make his own mark for himself here in the AWF. And Rob James is definitely one of our top competitors here.
Tremendous underhook into that arm drag. Look at that hip toss. That's not a hip toss. That's a shot put. That's a discus punch. Eric Cannon turning it on right now.
Be sure to catch the upcoming American Wrestling Federation action when it comes to a venue near you.
In for the cover, lateral press, leg hook, no. Wow. Oh, what a chop. Knife edge chop with authority across the chest, the sternum of Rob James. There's a reversal into the buckle. James telegraphed and ran into the boot. Look at James. He's going to try it again. You got to be. Wait a minute now. Oh! What a move! Creative, inventive, and devastating on the part of Rob James. Count of two.
You know what, Mick? I know you just like to write off Rob James as a muscle-headed, dumb bodybuilder, but he's got some technique, he's got some intelligence, and he can get the job done in the ring with more than just his athletic ability.
Once again, you're hallucinating, Timothy Leary. I have never once called Rob James a muscle-headed dumbbell, ever. I wouldn't say that. He's a great wrestler, no question about it. Very, very talented, very athletic, as good as it gets here in the AWF. I'm just extolling the virtues of Eric Cannon, and why shouldn't I?
And not just that, but you bring up these stereotypes of bodybuilders without having any pure athletic ability other than strength in their appearance. But he is an athlete in that ring, Mick, and you should recognize that.
I'm going to defy you once again as you sit here and make stuff up to go through any tape of any match that I've called here in the AWF talking about dumb bodybuilders. You are a nutcase. Let's get back to the action at hand. Cannon trying to power out with a series of elbows there. 3 into that well-toned midsection of 6% body fat. Rob James, oh, what a clothesline. Are you kidding? And a second shot right across the teeth. Heaven's sakes, Cannon with great impact. There's that elbow. Oh, Cannon. You talk about athleticism. The Anarchist giving an exhibition of that. Oh, my God. Did he break the man's neck? In for the cover. Count of 2. It's. Whoa.
Just a 2 count there, but an impressive showing. As we go on with this matchup, Eric Cannon does have these fans here in Parker's Prairie in the back pocket, definitely.
You're stumbling over your words, for heaven's sakes. A, it's not Parker's Prairie, it's Parker's Prairie. And B, what happened to you? You're getting a little cotton mouth. You're getting nervous out here. You've done this before?
Certainly, and I don't know how I continue to do it with you.
Rob James trying to mount an offense, ladies and gentlemen, all the way across. Oh, there's that forearm shiver right to the jaw. Oh, man. He came in at 100 miles an hour right into the head of Eric Cannon. Float over, leg is hooked. James showing the frustration. What a great matchup. You know, we talk about the young talent here in the American Wrestling Federation. We talk about the athleticism. We talk about the fire in the hearts and the bellies of these competitors. You're seeing it right here.
Absolutely right, both of these guys. What a shot at a championship, and it looks like, what's he doing there? He was doing squats?
Oh, no way! Are you kidding? Oh, Cannon! Eric Cannon, ladies and gentlemen. Big time. Oh, sets him up for that wizard. In for the cover, count of 1, 2. He got him. Cannon to the delight of the fans here in Parker's Perri, Minnesota. Hard-fought matchup, but in the end, connecting with that wizard and taking the measure of 6% body fat. Rob James kicking things off, ladies and gentlemen. What a great crowd. What a great night of AWF wrestling action.
Udo has traveled many miles to fight the best in the world. And tonight, in the AWF, they give him Tony DiNucci. Tony, you have traveled the world and fought many, many battles. But tonight, I don't care. Tonight, Udo will crush your soul and break your bones and eat you alive. So tonight, Tony DiNucci, prepare yourself for a fight.
Oh, no.
Coming up next.
Oh, are you kidding? Oh, he's just... Oh.
Stay tuned for more Saturday Night Slam.
You know, Udo, I hear you flapping at the jaw. I hear you saying things. I hear you're coming for me. Come for me. I don't got a lot to say, because from now on, actions speak louder than words. This match is just a hurdle to get to where I gotta go. Ari Daivari, I want you to do your super kick, because I'm gonna catch it, simply gonna knock the living crap out of you.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way down the aisle from the Isle of Churtonga, weighing in at 17 3/4 stones, Udo!
Well, you talk about a scary guy. I thought you were frightening until I take a look at the nutcase, the maniacal Udo.
I'm frightening. I don't have hair that looks as crazy as that.
I have hair.
Wait, Mr. Obvious here now. Professor Karsh seems to have gotten here to ringside. Welcome, pal.
Udo, ladies and gentlemen, he doesn't like the crowd chanting. Look at him. He's having a little problem with the fans about ringside here. This guy is berserk as far as I'm concerned. Just your kind of guy.
You know, maybe he has some things that could be diagnosed and maybe to calm him down a bit, but right now I think his attitude's just fine for the AWF.
Waiting for his opponent, and there he is, ladies and gentlemen. I know a personal favorite of yours. The former AWF champion, ladies and gentlemen, Tony DiNucci.
Whenever I hear his name, I just want to gouge my eyes out and ears out with knitting needles, because that means we got to watch a match with Tony DiNucci again here in the AWF. When does it stop?
What are you talking about? I still, to this day, do not understand your issue with Tony DiNucci. This is a 16, 17-year veteran of professional wrestling, a former AWF champion, the standard bearer here in the AWF. What's your issue with the guy?
Do we have preposterous statements much coming from you, Mick? Standard bearer here in the AWF. The last I checked on our website, ProAWF.com,
What is it?
Arya Daivari is the champion here in the AWF, and that makes him the standard bearer and no one else, and certainly not Tony DiNucci.
Let me say something to you, and even you, in your somewhat delusional state, will be able to understand this. Tony DiNucci, in my estimation, granted he's not the AWF champ right now, he never lost the title in the ring. He was jumped in the locker room area with that tire iron by Arya Daivari. Let's start with that. Number two, Tony DiNucci has single-handedly built the AWF from the bottom up, and he deserves respect even from a guy like you who doesn't respect anybody but the hot dog vendor.
You know what? I get a lot of respect for that hot dog vendor, but I don't have much respect for you right now. You're losing all credibility with every syllable that comes out of your mouth.
Everyone?
Every single one.
Boy, I'm in trouble. If you don't like what I'm doing out here, oh boy, I ought to quit. Oh man, shoulder tackle by DiNucci. Look at DiNucci. with that somersault. Count of 1, 2. Is it over that fast? No. That steamroller maneuver on the part of Tony DiNucci. Boy, watch it. Oh, God! Oh, no way! Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
I hope the Isle of Chudarunga has some good dermatologists.
Dermatologist, how about a heart surgeon? Oh, over the top. Nobody delivers that chop like Tony DiNucci. He has probably broken more blood vessels in his life than any wrestler in the business since the late, great Wahoo McDaniel.
I won't argue with you there. Look at the chest of Udo. He doesn't even want anyone to see it.
Good grief, his chest looks like a road map of Montemita, Minnesota, for heaven's sake. See, this guy, into the guardrail. Almost knocked 6-7 of your fan club there. Back about 3-4 feet.
You know what? DiNucci here looks to be on the warpath. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's got to settle down a bit.
Why wouldn't he have a chip on his shoulder? The man was attacked from outside the ring with a tire iron. He got screwed out of the AWF championship. He's got Arya Daivari walking around waving tire irons and everything at him. Why shouldn't he have a chip on his shoulder?
You know what? Just because he was unable to compete any longer as champion is no one's fault but his own.
DiNucci lighten up Udo here, but I tell you what, he better be careful. Because this Udo, he's not a wrestler, he's an animal, he's a madman. DiNucci measuring Udo all the way across the ring. Oh! Udo with that knee. Might have caught DiNucci a little bit low there.
Oh, now what are you insinuating about Udo here? I don't recall seeing our referee Rob Page indicate that any rules were broken, Mick.
Udo still trying to get his capillaries back in order here, like working a jigsaw puzzle after those chops a little bit earlier on from Tony DiNucci.
Could you imagine watching Udo try to put together a jigsaw puzzle?
Kind of like watching you at a buffet. It'd be real ugly. Oh, no!
Be sure to catch the upcoming American Wrestling Federation action when it comes to a venue near you.
Look at Udo. Now, again, you're looking for a Lou Thez type. You're not going to get it in the person of Udo. This guy is animalistic. He's a wild man in that ring. He doesn't care about rules and regulations. He doesn't care about sportsmanship. He doesn't care about fans. He doesn't care about anything but doing a number on the unfortunate individual he happens to be in the ring with.
You're right, and right now he certainly doesn't care about the health or well-being of Tony DiNucci. Look at him just focus on that back right now, just retching at him.
You know, hopefully Tony DiNucci isn't looking beyond Udo and ahead to a possible matchup with Arya Daivari. Granted, DiNucci has every reason in the world to be upset, to want to get his hands on Daivari, get that championship back, but you don't take your eyes off a mad dog, a junkyard dog out in the junkyard. You better keep your eyes on Udo.
You know, I don't know if Udo has any concept of championship gold or rankings or anything like that, but DiNucci, look at him. I think he's DiNucci'd up.
Oh, no. Oh, are you kidding? Oh, he's just... Oh. Oh! That wasn't a clothesline, that was a missile.
It was like whatever cargo plane Udo flies to get in here.
Well, I think in his own mind, Udo's on a cargo plane someplace. This guy, man, just that quickly, he uncorked that clothesline. That 50 megaton clothesline, and now with that gut wrench, DiNucci in trouble here. I think he had his brain scrambled there. Makes the ropes. Referee Rob Page forced the call for the break. Even Udo understands the count of a referee.
Well, it appears he does. I don't know how. I don't know how the public and parochial schools are on the Isle of Chudarunga, that's for sure. You know what you learn in math class how to count, Mick? You get it?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to you. What did you say?
This is all hopeless. I don't know why I bother. I'm going to go get a hot dog.
Call security. DJ's headed for the hot dog stand. Oh, now Udo threatening referee Rob Page. I'm sure that would be at least a little bit of a mismatch. Rob Page and with Udo, although in his own right, Page is an animal. I've heard that. All the way across. DiNucci, nobody there. Big drop kick attempt. DiNucci missed right on the tailbone. And now if Udo can get, well, I was going to say if he can get his wits about him, but that's kind of a misnomer there. Oh, you're back.
I can't believe it. What sort of town doesn't serve mustard with their hot dogs?
Udo with that back suplex now. In for the cover. Count of 1 and 2. DiNucci just able to power out. With all his savagery, with all his animalistic tendencies in the ring, bottom line is we've seen Udo use some wrestling holds now and then. He knows how to wrestle. He knows how to use technique in the ring. He just opts to throw the rule book completely out the window.
Well, I don't think any of our great trainers have certainly tried to take some time with Udo. I think Udo just watches wrestling and sort of learns here and there a move and can really get an upper hand when he develops his wrestling technique, as we're seeing him do, but it looks like that wasn't in his technique repertoire.
What did you just say? Oh! DiNucci plants him with that DDT! Oh boy! DiNucci, he's talking about it. He's signaling for it. DiNucci going to the top. That big splash. Referee in for the cover. Got it 2. It's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest, Tony DiNucci.
Fly splash from the top. Tony DiNucci, ladies and gentlemen. A hard-fought battle.
I can't believe all these kids looking at him like some sort of role model. Come on, Mick. This is awful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony DiNucci gets the Duke here in the American Wrestling Federation. The action does not get any hotter, ladies and gentlemen. Each and every Saturday night here with the AWF. A great win for Tony DiNucci. Wait a minute. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We were going to send it to break here, but the current champ, look at Arya Daivari. He is taunting Tony DiNucci with the belt in one hand and the tire iron in another hand. DiNucci wants him in the ring. He's begging Arya Daivari to get into the ring and finish it right now. Daivari apparently is all about lip service tonight. Oh, look at him backtracking. He wants no part of Tony DiNucci.
That match isn't on our format. Of course he doesn't want to get in there with Tony DiNucci.
Well, then get the hell out of here and quit coming out here and baiting the man.